Yeah.
I think the main reason that worked, though, that comp pretty much all worked because Team Envy went full, well, not almost full, 4 members AD and 3 of them lethality. So that armor stacking was just hyper efficient. And 2 of their champions were assassins. So bruisers and grouping up, super good against assassins.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily did I like it against the lane matchup that they had, which they actually.
But the comp.
They actually had, you know, bad.
Yeah, a Mordekaiser ban.
Whoa, they actually they banned it.
I believe
out.
it. So, fun fact, I know you know this, Kobe, but the internet, this was not the first Mordekaiser of the year in pro play.
Yeah.
It was played by Senkux from Splice, mid lane as a counterpick to Katarina in, I think, week 2. And he won with it. So Mordekaiser undefeated in pro play.
This
on
is
2
definitely
continents.
the first ban that I've seen, though.
This is the first Mordekaiser ban, and it was the first bot lane Mordekaiser of the year, at least of the leagues that I looked at. So either way, pretty cool. Gray's banned away by FlyQuest, did not want to give away a first pick, and looks like Hakuho says Malzahar is the best support. It's worth pointing out this is Lemonation's most played support as well, so Envy are partially denying, but also partially believing that Malzahar is very, very strong, but it does leave Camille up for balls. And
balls split push.
And FlyQuest was famously a team that was blue side banning Camille before. Like this was like one of the champions that they were not willing to trade away.
Also, you know, balls. People always are like, man, they're pretty critical of him when he's playing damage nowadays, right? We mentioned, his great Rumble stats from years ago, but the threat of Ball's Rumble kind of dropped off a little bit recently, even though his last game was super good. And the Ball's split push had last year. I remember the meme. He had this Fiora game where he split push. To me, it was a really well done split push. Nobody wanted to fight him, so they never sent anyone down there. But he only had like 400 or 500 damage dealt to champions in the end of the game. Because literally no one would ever fight him because he got so strong. But that was kind of a meme. Now I'm very curious to see how he's going to be able to utilize this. Yeah, it is a toned down Camille, but she is still extremely powerful if you can get some money on the champion. Because the Trinity Force goes incredibly well with her because she can turn it into true damage. And her mobility is absolutely insane. Definitely the best part of this champion. And now they're actually combining it with a lot of late game insurance of the Caitlyn with Lulu. Who is such an insane hyper carry support with the extra attack speed and the small buffs that Lulu's accrued over the last few months. Really, really powerful late game potential here from a Lulu-Caitlyn combo.
Absolutely. I was actually holding out hope for a Kog'Maw to come through for Altec. I think Kog'Maw's actually insane, and with Lulu, I think you can just remove all the gameplay around it. But it doesn't even rush pick the Caitlyn, but it looks like they're trying to counterpick the other roles. They're waiting on their jungle grab. Maybe it's going to be an Ivern, I'm not sure. But yeah, waiting on mid lane, and I guess it does also leave this Camille up as a flex.
It does look like FlyQuest are shaping up into a 4-1 squad here, so they would want to complement the Caitlyn and Lulu with some extra power there for a 4-1. They could still have Hai on a split pusher. We know Hai does love to run the 1-3-1 and be a point man for himself as well. So that's still an option, and they don't have to 4-1. They could once again get Hai something like the Zed where he goes and does split pushing. But meanwhile, on Team Envy side, they have 2 flex picks with the Malzahar and the Echo who could go multiple areas. So they're keeping their options very wide open here.
I do like the fact they grabbed the early Lee Sin, by the way. The knockback is really quite good up against a Camille. You kick her out of the ultimate and drop the ultimatum off. Elise actually grabbed up in the jungle is interesting. We've seen some regions start prioritizing her really highly. Korea especially plays a lot of Elise, and I've seen people pick it above Graves, at least in 7.3, which the LCK is on right now.
I know that Elise is super big in high-elo solo queue in Korea, because whenever I check over there to try and copy masteries or early game routes or anything, a lot of those high-rated players are extremely proficient on Elise, and she's definitely still popular there. You can really make her work. A lot of it is she is a bit better in solo queue where you can get a lot of these early kills and snowbar super heavily. She still has this issue where you want to make her work early, make that action work early. I do really love her with the new Leandries and how much cheaper it is, and it provides a lot of power and a lot of burst there. The other thing is, though, we were kind of setting up either a 3-man or 4-man squad with this Lulu Caitlyn. Elise complements that super well, being able to go range and have the threat of cocoons and kind of semi-help with sieges
Yeah.
a lot. So I actually do really like the pick, not only individually as you're talking about her ranking among junglers, but with this comp super well. And in the end, Hyde does pick another split pusher, so they do have that option.
Yeah.
Really wide map play here for FlyQuest, while Team Envy some more lethality for themselves.
Sure, truly thought, but at least they've got some mages on the lineup now. I would assume the Echo, whether it's top or mid, should be AP Echo. I think tank Echo top is very weak. I would rather see him build a Merlinomicon and Lichbane and things like that, but we'll see.
Well, plus, there's no tank on FlyQuest this time around, so yeah, they could buy, you know, if it was again another AD heavy squad, they could opt for a lot of Ninja Chobbies and whatnot, but there's not going to be a real true tank on FlyQuest side, even though Elise will probably build some defenses.
Right, and
nobody
will
really
after
wants
the
to
first
be out
item
there.
or so.
Yeah.
You're right, they're not true tanks here. They're looking up a little bit, but I think both these comps are very interesting. I really think there's a lot of awesome tools available on both these squads. It'll be a fun game to watch as we get ourselves into this game too.
Yeah, it definitely will be, because I think that the early game is going to determine a lot for this one. FlyQuest, they want to try and open up the map. They want to get this Twisted Fate, you know, affecting the side lanes as early as they can. And meanwhile, Team Envy, I mean, they're just looking first lethality item on Jason Jin, and they're ready to go. You know, Malzahar is super good at roaming, as we've seen from the FlyQuest squad, coming in there with ultimates to try and affect other squads. And a lot of people will attack Twisted Fate whenever they see a Twisted Fate in the game. You know, if you can get some early kills on Twisted Fate, pressure him, you take out a lot of the threat of him moving around the map. You get a lot of early kills on him and get him behind in lane, which Jace plus the help of either Lee Sin or Malzahar could definitely do.
Absolutely agree. So we are on to the Rift. Here we go. Game 2 between Team Envy and FlyQuest. FlyQuest pulled a Mordekaiser ban this game because they went with the first one, and Envy don't want to deal with that again. Interesting things right here, Balls. I think this has got to be his first Camille game of the year because I haven't seen him play it yet. Maybe I'm missing something, but high on Twisted Fate. And Seraph playing what I hope to be AP Echo based on runes and masteries. That seems pretty likely. A lot of early ability power so far in his build.
Yeah, and that means that we will have some very explosive and quick fights. Nobody should be building full tank in this game, as all the champions in this game scale quite well with offensive stats. So we'll at most see 1 or 2 defensive items per person total, and should be a lot more offensive based, and that actually means that you have a lot less time to react to information, which increases the importance of warding, right? So, you know, objectives go down quicker, rotations should happen quicker, because the rewards will be picked up in a very quick fashion.
And if someone does get found out, they're going to die pretty quickly. I mean, you think about what TF Elise Caitlyn can do to somebody, they'll die pretty quickly. Malzahar into a Jace, that's almost instant death as well. You see the first leash comes through, and it's Balls helping Moon out with the red buff, but on the other side, Lyra is still doing the Raptor start that's become so popular here in pro play. He gets level 2, and looking through the camp and not really have any major issues. But Moon does get level 2 about the same time and is onto a second camp.
And we'll see where Lyra actually does go, because both of these champions, Elise and Lee Sin, these are the 2 classic early game junglers. And these are the 2 that have been good for the most patches, in my opinion.
Sure, yeah.
And both of them have, you know, level 3 options, but Lyra's coming for a level 2 option down on bottom side to try and get them snowballing here. And Hako's already getting some damage. Lyra's coming down the river.
Ooh, he's going to hear there's a ward. How can he land the Q? Flash for the auto attack and elimination. Has no way to get out. He's not going to juke any of it. First blood comes through, goes to Hako. What a great early gank by Lyra.
Super good coordination and communication here between the Team Envy bottom half members. They let this Lulu Caitlyn push. They know it's going to push, so Lyra heads right down after his red buff, and they're able to get the aggressive kill here. Hako just starts it off with the exhaust into Voidlings on Malzahar, which is a classic, you know, damage harassment move here for the Team 2, but they've got the extra threat of the Lee Sin coming down, and Elimination is toast.
Was not level 2. They didn't get the rest of the minions dead, so he didn't have the spells to cast.
So nice there from Lyra. He flashes in for the auto to not only get the slow, but also get the exhaust out early so he can land the first part of his Q, wait for exhaust to come off So he has no exhausted second Q activation. They're easily able to pick up the kill. Just really like Lyra's thought process here as far as what he wanted to do with his early game. Now we'll see the aftermath, though, because whenever you do go for a red clear into an early quote-unquote cheese gank bottom, the reason people call it cheese is because you are giving up your top side of your jungle. And Moon has gone in there and at least taken away the blue buff, but just giving up your blue buff for the early snowball first blood kill on bottom side, I think is worth it to Lyra. You know, maybe if he was against a Graves or something, or had lost more camps on his top side, you'd be feeling a little bit worse about it, but feel pretty good actually about trading your blue buff for that first blood.
Highlights the blue card, and Ninja knows he can go in for the trade and not get stunned on the way out. Ball's starting to get pushed around. Seraph getting the better of this one, but Moon is waiting in the brush.
Exactly. It does mean that your top side of the map is going to have to play more cautiously. Seraph's out of mana now, too. He looks prime.
Oh, that is unlucky. Actually manages to get away from this, but here comes Lyra into the fight. He goes for the stun, gets it. Balls gets one. And of course, Lyra without a flash. He's been looking at this fight, though. The health bars are low. He's got a flash away. Where's the Q? Where's the Q? He ties in with a minion damage. Lyra gets the kill into Balls to get the trade after all. Both top laners dead.
Ninja actually looks like he wants to land a shot here.
Good
Not
pick by
gonna
Moon.
get the first one.
We know he can repel. He lands Cocoon, flashes away. Actually, apparently Repel is still down, and they get the kill onto the turret. Beautifully played by Envy, making it a 2-for-1.
Because of the cleanse here from Jace. Took it into the Twisted Fate from mid lane, and it is able to go for that dive because of the Summoner choice. Really, really nice cleanup there from Team Envy on the top side of the map. And yet again, another successful early game for these guys. Another gold lead, even though Seraph here up on the top side is going to go down to this. The exit damage here from the minions, as well as Lyra and Balls. Yeah, those two autos that are in the air finally connect.
Yeah, it felt like Ball spent a long time just autoing Seraph for autoing Lyra, and here we go, the Cocoon, the gank in the mid lane, the CC layering is there, and Ninja's gonna die, and I don't feel like Lyra can 1v2 this, he's gonna run away. Gold card locked, do they have the damage? Yes, they do! FlyQuest, the 2-for-0 in the mid lane, tie up the score.
Plus they've got Lemon Nation here now. That's a lot of people. They might actually try and push this turret for pressure. Hakuo is coming up on Malzahar and can, try and clear out this wave. Malzahar is actually quite good with the spam of spells he can get off to really threaten them. So dissuade them from actually pushing super hard on mid lane. FlyQuest very happy to get these kills back though. And this time around, Lyra not going to be able to finish off either of these guys. Much higher health, and they know there's no flash on Lyra, so nice second kill there picked up for FlyQuest.
Yeah, stacked deck from TF ended up being, I think, just the damage you needed. I'm not sure it would have died to an auto attack by itself, and it goes to show you maximizing your auto attacks. Like, if you screw up your mechanics a little bit, that kill goes away from you because you needed to get that extra auto attack to cycle through. High gets it, of course. Moon back on the map, level 5, almost 6. Looks to be ahead of Lyra here.
One of the scariest things for Team Envy is that the kills, both those two kills, went onto the Twisted Fate as well. Neither of them were picked up by Moon. So this is not only a Twisted Fate who's level 6 and the side lanes are all obviously going to have to worry, but he has a 2-kill Twisted Fate. So he's not really gimped in damage, where you usually see the Twisted Fates that go for early Rod of Ages not as threatening in their early activations of their Twisted Fate ultimate. High actually will be bringing significant damage here right off the bat, and that means that wards around mid lane to see which side of the lane High cheats to after he pushes the wave, so they can alert that side of the map are very important.
What else can happen here? Quick blue buff transfer to High, and yeah, he can keep pressuring this map. He does not quite have Rod of Ages, but he basically has combined gold now in inventory, so whenever he does recall back, he can make that happen. We track back on Balls versus Seraph, a lane that you would expect on paper Seraph to just win by being the stronger player. It has been, upset a bit by ganks. It's going to even keep happening now. Hustic ultimate means Seraph can't get away. Can they land the stun? Can he juke? He doesn't ult in time to block out the stun. He's going to ult back for the heal afterwards, and now he's going to run away fast as he can. Flashes away from the wall. Here comes the stun. So they're going to land all the CC. And a nice juke by Seraph, though, gets it in time before the stun lands. The wildcards miss.
Lyra's heading up, but he's Oh, actually, they stopped the recall on Seraph here with Lyra. Lyra's actually flanking around. FlyQuest finally see him, though. Shouldn't be any more kills, and they just spin out the minion wave to buy some time there for Seraph actually to come back.
Didn't realize, though, that High was waiting in the brush and used his flash for it.
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely kill pressure there as Balls was coming in for the follow-up stun, but in the end, no kills going over. FlyQuest, though, striking back very quickly after the early kills that Envy got. Plus, FlyQuest, you know, have this bottom lane insurance policy for later on.
Okay, and back onto the map we go with the blue buff being transferred back over to Ninja, and he's doing fine in the lane. It's just, of course, the gank that turns it around. They both made a successful over to the top lane to push opponents out. But the 700 gold lead for FlyQuest, and, well, in a game where, or a series where, in game 1, Envy had the early game lead and still couldn't hold on to it. Early game lead for FlyQuest leads you to believe they're very likely to do well in this. And sure, there's comp differences, but
yeah. Let's take a look at the differences this time around, because there are also, you know, differences this time around. And, you know, we set it up in Champ Select. FlyQuest, how are they going to want to use this early, you know, goal that they got in this early kills on Twisted Fate? As we said, you know, they want to split out the map. They want to pull them apart, try and open up some space for the Twisted Fate ultimate to actually garner them some picks, right? Moon is the one that has to do the legwork, and him plus Lemonation are trying to fight this ward battle and get some visions for themselves, but we're still in a stage of the game where, wow, oh yeah, FlyQuest have this gold lead. It's a marginal gold lead. Doesn't really mean anything as far as the power is concerned team-wide. It's mostly about who is that concentrated on. And not really that much extra power to get the invade wards down.
yeah. It's a bit of a holding pattern now. 10 minutes into the game, only 500 gold separates the squads. Certainly, if you play it right, it's anyone's games to win. Hakuho back into the bot lane, rejoining his bot laner Apollo, and they're just kind of trading farm back and forth. Early Swifties and Serrated Dirt. Inventory value will let him pick up a Warhammer and a control ward, maybe something like that. So, not a huge gain to be had. The sort of early QSS actually out from the Caitlyn is going to be, again, these defensive buys trying not to get picked off.
He got his QSS by the time, oh, we got another Twisted Fate ultimate.
He's going to jump right back into the middle of this all, and Seraph going to run out of HP rapidly. The W's not going to land in time. Jumps back in for the shield. This could be enough damage. One more shot will do it. Yes, it is. And I think a mistimed ulti from Seraph gets him picked off.
Let's see what they can do with it here. Gonna stay up top as they rotate Moon into mid lane to try and hold, which he's actually doing against the Jason. There's no pressure at all from Envy on the weak side of the map. Dragon is up, so they're kind of putting down wards and circling around the Drake. Let's see if they can actually chase FlyQuest further out of this blue quadrant to take anything. Gromp is the smallest of consolation prizes.
You'd like a blue buff, maybe you feel okay with that one, but 86 gold taken away just means a bit less. Lyra level 8, just now matching what Moon already has. And Ninja's getting a farm lead, but I'd rather get a kill on my top laner than get one wave of farm.
Yeah, and the lead, wow, yeah, Ninja got farm lead over High there. A lot of the minions previous to this wave got picked up by Moon, so as a team, if you think in team-wide, you know, resources, FlyQuest actually absorbed all of that.
Mm-hmm. And they're still scaling up. High's got his Sheen now. It's got cooldown reduction, so more ults out of High is going to feel even better for him. So you have really scales off that stat to get the map pressure up.
Plus
still playing safe against Ninja, though.
Plus adds more threat to their 1-3-1 split push. You know, when he gets down there, he can take down turrets a bit quicker. Even the Sheen. You don't have to upgrade all the way to Lichbane to have high impact as far as tower killing.
Knocked by a control ward that doesn't have the aura around it, so it was placed pretty recently. Didn't get the distinguished longevity award there.
It's a 5-minute aura?
I want to say it's 3. 3, I think. I don't really know.
To determine if you have, what's the title again? It's just basically a long-lasting title for awards. I forget what it was.
It lived for a while. Maybe it was an unused brush. Maybe you were really stealthy. Who knows? Source time.
All right, here we go though, because we talked about sort of the layered effect of warding. You know, in the first layer makes your second attempt at getting deep wards a bit safer.
It's a trap though, not quite going to be stunned up anymore.
Ball's actually completes that teleport, so that makes me think they will commit to either a first tower push or a Drake kill.
Right, they've got to do something, otherwise Seraph gets free time in the top lane and the TP meant nothing. Hakuho actually gonna just jump out elimination to see if he's gonna be there for a lot of damage, but now Ball's in the mix as well. He doesn't jump back, taking a whole lot of punishment, and he can be shot down. Bang, bang, 2 picked up already, and Moon's gonna be next. Look at the damage output, jumps in the air, comes back down. He's gonna try to run. Flash gets him out, but 2 for 0. Envy is great.
As I said, the rotations are going to be very quick here. The rewards for your plays are going to be picked up super quick. Nobody's tanky, so Hako, as soon as he sees, oh, FlyQuest, they're rotating down to this bottom turret, and, you know, Lemonation and Balls tried to look threatening there and say, oh, we're going to zone you off this bottom rotation. They immediately just ult him, get the damage out, and it's very hard to catch back up in damage when Hako gets this early jump on Elimination. The important part there, by the way, too, is he spawned Voidlings first. Even though Hakuo reacted super quick, he didn't just ult. You have to put your Voidlings down. You know, he even got Malefic Visions as well, so huge amount of damage, and there's no way you can catch back up in damage in the equal numbers there for FlyQuest, and really good job by Envy to actually chase them out and catch back up in this game.
Yeah, and look at this, it's a 300 gold lead, looking for more on Dahai, who does have Flash. No ulti yet for Hakuo, but Ninja misses the Shock Blast. That would have enabled him to engage, I believe.
Into the Voidlings here to go for some counter damage with Moon.
And looks for something. Almost gets tagged by Lyra. Has the sense to walk back and not get tagged there. That could have been a play, as red card was locked. It wasn't going to stop Lyra. Well, they haven't gotten any turret pressure, and we just kind of reset with a 600 gold lead for Team Envy. And of course, it's worth noting that Balls is still very squishy. Has not yet finished Trinity Force. Going towards what looks like Mercury Treads. Maybe a Hex Drinker, I'm not sure, but Merc Treads would only really affect 1 to 2 skills on Envy's squad. Doesn't affect Hakuo, doesn't affect Lyra. See what the choice ends up actually being, though. Hai has not gone back to shop in a while. He's got 1,500 gold in his inventory. Lichbane, it's going to take more than that, though.
Also, if you're going over items right now, I mean, the double Ghost Blade completed plus the extra serrated Dirk on top of those coming in, that's the point where you have like a really big burst of lethality, basically.
Yeah.
When you have your completed Ghost Blade, which is now only 15 after the nerf, plus though just the extra small buy of that next serrated Dirk, you have a huge amount of it, and people at that point in the game, not only have they not built armor, but even they haven't scaled much armor. It's still pretty low level, so yeah.
And in general, the way lethality works is every point is worth more than the last. Unless you bring them below 0, which just turns into 0 instead, you want more. Like, just getting some runes is not as good as getting runes in a Yomu.
And what they want to do with this is try and make use of their massive Jace poke, plus their Jhin. But again, topside focus here from FlyQuest, over and over and over again, taking down Seraph with the Twisted Fate ultimates and Balls ultimate here. They are investing in the split push very heavily.
But I think it's still a better trade potentially for Team Envy to get first turret. Yeah, they put the pressure on the other side of the map. They had a arguably winning lane. I think it's debatable who has a better 2-on-2, but Lyra puts the time down there, and they get a big surge of gold. 1,500 in the lead is Envy.
And this time around, even though they pushed Moon over to hold the wave when Hai goes for a gank, Ninja not backing off this time and pressures it super hard. The moment, everyone collapsing in mid.
We put damage into Hai, Ninja almost going down. Another graph enough to make Hai flash and someone heal to get away. Created damage, no one dying, and out they go.
All right, there's another look at the offensive move from FlyQuest. Said, meanwhile, down on the bottom side, Envy already had a play in motion where Lyra was heading down to the bottom side that was getting punished.
Yeah. And
they push him through the turret. So it's interesting there because FlyQuest, they already know their bottom side is getting beaten up, right? This is the Jhin with a large amount of lethality, and the Malzahar is doing a lot of work, and they were already backing off a bit as they saw Lyra heading over. And they decided just to push hard on the other side of the map. So it's a case of both teams just pushing hard on opposite sides. And Envy coming away with more gold out of it, because not only was their turret unanswered in the kill, but it was the first turret, so you get that bonus.
Yeah, you can take some 300 gold for the first turret, and that's going to feel pretty good. I want to talk about, actually, there's this fight going on first. We'll talk about that. Actually, missing the Q. Lyra cast it a bit too early. Not in range yet for gold card. Cocoon's going to miss as well, actually. FlyQuest not landing CC, and Moon's going to be dying for that one. The snipe through for Apollo's pretty good, and now High's running away. Stun's going to come in for Seraph, and he catches one. They're going to catch another. Look at that, 3 for 0 right away. Great opening for Envy.
And the land of squishies, you can't miss your CC.
No.
Walking up there, a very squishy Elise. Not going to be able to land the Cocoon and gets annihilated on the way out. Just such a great collapse here from Team Envy. Utilizing their Ghostblade Serrated Dirk spikes on both of those champs, not missing their skill shots, and coming up with a huge, huge swing now. See if what Envy can actually do and snowball this, though, because time and time again, they've been able to get these early leads. Let's see about the teleport in. This is a pretty big commitment here, and there are 3, it almost feels like with 3 targets to choose from, he couldn't make up his mind. Yeah, and kind of split the difference there, but huge collapse from Envy, and just the biggest of punishes. Yeah, chasing down FlyQuest on the outside. Nobody is a tank, so nobody can take Jhin bullets. Nobody can take Jace poke.
No.
And both of those are hitting very, very hard right now.
Right. Moon had the option of going for tank Elise. You can have kind of any build you want. You can do Cinder Hulk Deadman Slate. That's actually playable.
Which, going damage Elise, I don't have a problem with going mobility boots and DPS Elise, especially for the early game.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to snowball it hard. You have to actually land your cocoons. You have to get your kills. I mean, it could easily be the other end of the table here, where Elise is the one that lands the cocoon and they one-shot the person.
Sure.
Full combos, whoever they caught. It's just a matter of if everybody is going offensive, you got to land your skill shots and utilize your vision to actually get the initiative.
Yeah. Like Cautious, I don't think actually Seraph has the ability to do that. Like at least I think you can tailor your build. I don't think Echo's allowed. I think Tank Echo's actually deplorably weak, and even though he was behind in lane, I think he's still building correctly about this. He's going into the Lich Bane next, of course. And a Mountain Drake picked up. Team Envy grabbing the first sort of neutral objective of the game.
Yeah. Good snowball here off of their...
Second, I should say, sorry.
2 little victories. 2 mountains is going to be insane for their Baron pressure. They would want to get the top outer turret first. They can easily rotate up and get this extra gold. They might even be able to get a kill onto balls unless he teleports out quickly or something.
I think he's done.
Let's see here. Yeah, he's there.
There's no chance.
They're like, all right, can we give him a chance to outplay? No. Everybody ult him.
Everyone use your targeted hard CC. I don't like that Lyra's stealing the kills, though. Like, I'm happy to 9-9 KP. That's amazing. Good job, Lyra. You have amazing threats on the map. I don't want him taking the kills, though, when Seraph could really use the gold.
I mean, yeah, I guess. That's fine. I don't want to argue against the jungler taking gold, I guess. But back
if
to
you shake him, I'll give it to him.
The main point is that they're continuing their snowball.
They are, and
they
great.
got that turret that we were talking about, which opens up the end game plan we talked about last game. What was the connecting step from we got our massive mid game lead to destroying the Nexus?
Game.
The mid step here for Envy to connect the dots is we have all the outer turrets down. Now we can set up our vision in the red quadrant leading to Baron, and we have 2 Mountain Drakes with which to threaten a Baron.
Yep.
So you can threaten Baron all day long because you can draw out the Scrying Orbs or a Face Check or a Twisted Fate Ultimate just by hanging around there. Once a substantial amount of those cooldowns have been used in Twisted Fate Ultimates and Scrying Orbs and stuff like that, they actually can burn it down as well. And if your Lee Sin has extra gold from taking these kills and he gets more tanky, you actually won't have such a big threat or such a big drawback to starting up the Baron. If he's able to get tanky enough, some extra armor definitely does help as far as starting up the Baron quickly and then either making the call to burn it down with your double mountains or peel off and go for one of the kills where FlyQuest will probably be heading in blind.
And they've definitely got a comp where they can peel off pretty quickly. Flash Malzolt, that's going to be a kill. He's got Mobies, like he's going to get in range of you pretty quickly. Seraph can follow up pretty nicely. And we know we got the burst because there's no tank. So, pop the jungle vision. That's what we're looking at here for Team Envy. Quick red buff to Ninja. And as I check their vision, Envy are still keeping 3 to 4 wards in this northern jungle. They've got pretty decent sight around what's going on. By contrast, FlyQuest have lost almost all of their wards on that side of the map. They can only control the right side jungle.
Again, Seraph is the target.
But he gets away.
They are really trying to get balls into a super high split pushing threat, but it's not really happening. Even with all the continued targeting of Seraph, he's ahead.
Yeah. They've got a 6,000 gold lead now.
A pretty good amount, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got Seraph's flash out, and that's nice, but...
Plus, whenever they keep going for this, Envy are taking another turret, right? They have Ninja on Jace. Jace, the turret destroyer, takes another turret on this top side and opens up more space.
There's a fight though. Snipe comes through. Ninja getting his first kill of the game. Takes down Lemonation. All the hard work came through for Hakuho, but it's a team game at the end of the day. Stretching the lead.
Stretching the lead, playing off their mid-game spike here, and really constricting FlyQuest. If they get down secondary turrets as well, you really begin to starve out the enemy team, because it becomes very difficult for FlyQuest to have any area to farm. All the gold income areas are very dangerous when you don't have even secondary turrets. Your jungle is inaccessible. Your lanes are slow to rotate between, and the Baron is very dangerous. You have to use so many extra cooldowns like your Twisted Fate ultimate and your double scrying orbs to even make sure that it's not being burned down very quickly here, because yeah, Lyra is getting more tanky. He's got decent stats here, and the control wards are coming through for Envy. So once this extra set of control wards, you know, is actually set up around that Varian area and even behind it, I think Envy will feel very confident. Plus, a third Mountain Drake coming up. They could actually just go get that one for almost free. It's hard for FlyQuest to contest Drakes. And then with 3 of them, it doesn't even matter. You don't even need a tank.
You just look at Baron and it just, you're right, guys, I'm sorry, and it just dies for you.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah. You can still fear under the jungle objectives at that point. Hakuho and Lyra are going to play again into this top jungle. They're starting to feel pretty safe about it. Balls is in the bot lane split pushing, trying to catch himself up to this game, but he's 30 CS down right now. Seraph getting a red buff to fight his 1v1. He got the Rift Herald earlier. He's going to feel good about this matchup.
Yeah, he's going to feel good about the 1v1 as he goes on balls.
He's got to watch out for the stun. He's not going to juke away from it. He's got a flash to do that, but look at how low his health bar is. He's dead. That's a kill for Seraph. An easy 1v1. And now with Baron control.
This is on a control ward too. The Twisted Fate ultimate comes in from high. He's going to go for the steal on the backside. Lyra has...
Nope. Well done.
Lyra has fight though.
And High's dead for this one. There's got to be no way out. Q's going to land, gets the kill picked off. A rampage for Lyra. The chase is on to Elimination. The snipes come in, and Seraph with another kill with the TP flank. And Envy are turning the snowball into an avalanche.
They should definitely be able to convert this one. Envy, again, came out with a nice early game lead, but this time around, Mountain Drakes, they keep up the pressure, rotate through the turrets, and now with the Baron buff, it should make these turrets a piece of cake. Altec actually has to worry about Seraph solo diving even.
And still, with 2 members dead, they can keep going. Apollo does decide for some discretion. He's not going to push too hard. Looks like Envy will wait, reset. They'll grab the 3rd Mountain Drake, and then they'll continue on the push with plenty of gold in the pockets. 2,000 and who haven't recalled yet. You want to cash that money in and make sure you actually use that when you go for the next push. But there is a lot of time for Envy to completely trash FlyQuest space.
Yeah, let's see if FlyQuest can hold on. They've got Twisted Fate and Caitlyn, who are both pretty good at defending, but it's going to be very difficult. One Shock Blast from Jace chunks any member it hits.
Yeah.
Incredibly hard. And then you always have to worry about the threat of the Jin bullets coming in after even just a single Shock Blast landing. That person cannot be the target of Jin bullets, or they'll get executed.
And Apollo's got an Infinity Edge here as his 3rd item, so like his 4th shot will just do 1,000 damage to pretty much anyone that hits, as long as they're not completely full HP right here. So the pickoffs will happen, and FlyQuest are really running out of ways to get back into this game. Turret number 6 falls, and there's a line of cupcakes. There's a bake sale from Altec, but is it going to matter? Pushes in. Oh, one more shot. It'll kill High if it lands. Yep. 71 damage on the balls.
They did a good job. They had to trade there and not let anyone else take those shots. Envy, though, they didn't lose any health, and they're on the offensive.
Speaking of losing health, though, Balls is gone right away. Snipped right off the team. And there we go. Into the mid lane they have gone. 7 turrets gone. This is going to be the inhibitor out as well. 600 damage crit out from Lyra. Sorry, from Apollo. That's the one who crits. But there's just nothing that FlyQuest can do. Their teammates just die immediately
Yeah.
Under the weight of the items that EnVy have accrued here. Whoa! Yeah, if he didn't dodge that, he was dead.
Yeah, FlyQuest, I mean, you can spam Caitlyn traps and cards all you want, but one Shock Blast landing and you got to back off. EnVy move in, another inhibitor is under fire.
Like it's gonna sack the entire base. EnVy looking to tie up the series. Looks like they will do it. 6 seconds to respawn for balls. Maybe means the siege will stop for now. But this game is almost a certainty at this point. Some people would just slash FF at this point in chat, but FlyQuest gonna make him work for it. Last 30 seconds of Aaron means one last reset, one last recall for EnVy. And they either choose to go triple inhib or they choose to go down mid and win the game with the super minions they have already.
Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest are just banking on the farm for super late. Late Caitlyn, get all of her items. Lulu starts stacking every support item. You know, once he gets some more of the shield boosting things, try and keep Altec up. For that to happen though, they have to farm, you know, another 15 minutes at least inside their own base. So we'll see if the next assault from EnVy is actually turned around or if they can actually close out the game and finish it off. I'm definitely giving EnVy very good odds.
Yeah.
To finish this one through. They have actually
98%.
kept up their snowball super well.
Yeah.
And they have all the tools to claim this victory, even up the series 1-1 and force game number 3.
And it was Seraph withstanding pressure really well. Repeated TF ganks, stayed up in farm, stayed up in levels. And through bot lane, EnVy got a lot of ganks off. And here comes the Snipe Moon. Ooh, has to jump away, and full HP members can take the final shots out of Jim. But look at Seraph in the backlines, nearly picks off high. But it's enough to kill off the inhibitor turret, and it's going to be the triple inhib take. And now they can just ride the minion waves in. Baron buff is gone, but they've still got the triple mountain for the damage on the turrets. And the supers are inside the base. Here comes the game-winning push. Altec could be stunned up. Seraph gonna want to get in there, can't quite pick it off. He's already burned his ult to get away, but Seraph does stay alive through the turret shots. How much does EnVy stay right here? They've got more minions coming in. They're getting a little bit low, but they're looking to go for the push. You're healed up by Redemption, looking for the shots onto the turret still. Seraph once again in there in the front line. Egan's gonna pop Zodius to stay alive. Trap under his feet should turn into a kill. Finally one picked up for FlyQuest. The turret's gonna fall though. That's one gone. Only one left inside the entire base. But that kill has granted an opening. There's the old Phantom. Here comes the push on in. They're going to pick off Ninja. The kickback knocks up balls. Beautiful by Lyra. The Flash Cocoon is going to hit Apollo. And there's going to be some follow through. A couple of kills finally coming through. It's a 3-for-1 overall. But there is nothing left in the FlyQuest base. They have to sit inside and watch as minions flood in.
Yeah, decision making very easy for FlyQuest now. Sit inside base, clear out all the super minions. They have no other options. Even when the Baron does spawn and the Drakes start coming through, probably still going to be on farm duty. They do live to farm another day, though.
Yep.
And farming is the only goal that they can hope for at this moment. EnVy, though, here we go. We get another look at Ninja going, or Seraph going pretty deep here. A little bit early, and good trap out of his Zonias means they're able to lock up the kill. At this point, FlyQuest, they know they're not going to have a lot of opportunities to try and get gold. So they're looking to clean up as much extra gold as they can now in the chase so that they can actually have, you know, more items to fight the next team fight with.
Yep.
Currently, everyone's scrambling to clean up the base.
Yeah. The game was a 12,000 gold deficit when the team fight ended.
Whew.
And I always like tracking how much do you really get from the flood of minions? Because FlyQuest is the only team gaining golden experience right now. They will start catching up in levels.
From Ward.
All right, you got 30 gold from that Ward. My bad. I lied. And you can see it's shrunk to 11K. It's not exactly closing rapidly. You know, this is one of those, the subway says the doors are closing, you put your arm in it, it'll back up for you. Like, they got some time here to work with this one. There's no rush and suddenly, oh, we're losing all the gold. And I like just kind of seeing how much it really does mean, and it's a few hundred per minute. It's not the end of the world, so a lot of room to work with. EnVy can let them farm inside the base. They're still going to have a huge lead. They're going to play for the Baron pickup and be patient and use that to close the game out. They know FlyQuest can't leave their base. And so, okay, EnVy gave up 1,000, maybe 2,000 gold, but they get a Baron which makes up that gold right back at 1,500. And now with the Baron buff, they can close the game out.
Close the game out or set the stage for a
Epic
big
comeback.
blunder and epic comeback for FlyQuest. If they can hold on to this team fight, then you actually start worrying. But they're going to have to accomplish that first for us to really go over those options. Because right now, Envy are heading in with Baroned up super minions, doubles coming down every single lane.
No, not anymore as the mid inhibitors respawn. It stops the doubles, so it's less minions than the last time slightly. As those inhibs are coming back up, but can you really fight Envy out this one? They pull the minions down, the middle inhibitor's gone, bot lane is available to be killed off.
Time is not your friend for FlyQuest. They kind of have to rush it before they get poked, before the inhibitors die, but inhibitors are already dead and they're already poked, so.
That first had happened. Lemon's got to go back into the base to heal up. Now how can this play even happen? Ulti in from high, gets instantly ulted, has no way out. Nicely done by Hakuho. This is all she wrote for this fight. There's no way out of this point. 5v4, balls to the front line, gonna get shot down. Elimination chunked out as well, and there's just not much to do. Moon has fallen. Guardian Angel popped, who even cares? Lyra gets a kill in the back line. They're all dead. This is gonna be the game. Envy tying up this series. They managed to convert the snowball. A much better game they've been playing for most of this year. Tying it up 1-1, well played. Lyra in the bot lane doing almost all the heavy lifting for the first 20 minutes. Lyra himself 7-1-8. The bot lane combines for 6-1-23. Apollo and Hakuho alongside Lyra doing so much this game. They never left control. They got the first turret down in that lane. They got all the kills. And they closed it out.
This is what the fans really wanted to see from Team Envy, was them being able to convert these early leads into the Baron pressure, into the objective control.
Yeah.
That's going to be able to convert a Nexus explosion. And they finally did it. They were taking the outer turrets. They kept up the pressure, warded up the red quadrant of the jungle, got a bunch of Mountain Drakes, so that helped in killing off the Baron. But especially Seraph's play, being able to not only...
He withstood like 4 TF ganks.
Exactly.
With no help.
And then in the end, he goes and solo kills balls anyways.
Yeah.
But
well, it was a fun game to watch, and congrats Team Envy. We'll be having a game 3, but for now, let's toss it down to our analyst to break that game down some more.